In Greco-Roman mythology, Apollo and Artemis, also known as Diana, are the offspring of Zeus, or Jupiter, and the Titaness Leto, also known as Latona. Leto's name is derived from a group of words that signify obscurity and concealment. This is not in reference to her as a physical entity, but as a dormant and invisible deity from whom the visible gods and all other splendor and brilliance emerged. Leto was once Zeus's lover. Legend has it that the god would transform them both into prey during their intimate moments. Zeus is a bear with a Titaness incited Hera's wrath, settling the stage for Leto's saga. Driven by Hera's intense jealousy, Leto embarked on a relentless search for a safe place to give birth to her children. Her journey ended on the small, rocky island of Delos, as recounted in various ancient sources, including the hymns attributed to him. The poet's words are paraphrased as follows: "The lands trembled in fear. None dared to welcome Apollo and Artemis until Leto set foot on Delos. She pleaded, 'Delos, if only you agree to be the home of my children, Apollo and Artemis, and allow a grand temple to be built for them.' With their birth, all the goddesses cried out joy. The divine offspring of Leto and Zeus were bathed in pure sacred water by the goddesses, swaddled in delicate, newly woven white bands and adorned with a golden bed. Leto did not nurse her children, particularly Apollo, the golden son. Instead, Themis, with her immortal hands, was the first to touch his lips with nectar and sweet ambrosia. Leto rejoiced in the birth of her strong son Apollo, the bow-bearer, and Artemis, the embodiment of the moon and the hunt. Following the birth of the twins, Apollo and Artemis, the story continues with an episode in Lycia. A weary and thirsty Leto arrived at a pond where locals were gathering reeds. The rude men denied her request to quench her thirst and even threatened her with violence. They waded into the pond, stirring up the mud to make the water undrinkable. In her righteous anger, Leto cursed them to remain in that pond forever. To this day, they live there, occasionally surfacing to breathe or sitting on the bank, croaking their displeasure with hoarse voices. Their backs are green, their bellies white, their heads protrude from bloated bodies, and their eyes bulge. Creatures resembling them can be found in the nearest frog pond. At Delphi, before Apollo's arrival, the oracle site was plagued by Python, a destructive earth-born serpent that ravaged the land. Apollo, the god of light, vanquished this monster of disease and darkness with his golden arrows, claiming the oracle as his own, making his mother proud. Celebrating his victory, he sang the poem, a song of triumph and thanksgiving for the first time. He planted a sacred laurel tree at the site of his victory, establishing his cult. Artemis, a virgin goddess, also came into her own. Her cult, primarily as a goddess of the hunt and the moon, grew in stature. It was most prominent in Taurus, where girls were taught to worship her and trained in the art of hunting by dressing as bears, and in Anatolia, where she became a unique cult goddess of the people.